Saturday, November 29th, 2025, AGNDD Intelli Report topic. Is America ready for an unwelcome interstellar visitor 3I Atlas? Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated article-based video. Is America ready for an unwelcome interstellar visitor as 3I/Atlas forces a planetary defense reality check? By Samuel Lopez, November 29th, 2025, USA Herald. Key findings. 1. It may not need to strike Earth to become a threat. 2. Our defensive playbook was built for rocks, not unknown intentions. 3. And the world's first interstellar anomaly is testing every assumption we have. Beyond impact threats, new data shows humanity may face dangers no planetary defense model ever accounted for. USA Herald. When NASA, FEMA, and the world's aerospace agencies began building their planetary defense doctrine, they did so under one guiding assumption. The threat would come in the familiar form of an asteroid or comet on a collision course with Earth. That premise formed the backbone of the NEO deflection app developed by the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, CNEOS, the mock disaster scenarios of planetary defense conferences, and the tactical coordination frameworks of NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office, PDCO. Yet none of those structures contemplated a scenario remotely similar to what is unfolding with 3I/Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar object to enter our solar system, and the first to display a suite of behaviors never before documented by science. The PDCO and CNEOS guidelines assume that hazardous bodies follow predictable physics, respond to sunlight and gravity in known ways, and pose threats only through direct impact. But 3I/Atlas continues to violate those assumptions. It displays non-gravitational acceleration, a persistent sunward anti-tail, coherent internal structures, nickel-dominant vapor signals, and rotational wavefronts that appear organized rather than chaotic. These anomalies have already forced the scientific community to reconsider what an interstellar object can be. What they have not yet discussed publicly is the deeper implication. If an object like this ever did pose a threat, humanity's current defensive capabilities may be insufficient, not because we lack tools, but because we lack understanding. NASA's NEO deflection app models kinetic impactors and calculates how much momentum change is required to shift an asteroid's trajectory, based on deflection windows and mass estimates. But the tool is built for dense, inert, naturally formed bodies. It cannot model an object that accelerates inconsistently with gravitational prediction. It cannot simulate trajectory changes linked to internal spinwave mechanics. It cannot anticipate structural responses from non-natural materials. And it cannot account for objects that may emit electromagnetic energy or plasma jets instead of venting dust and ice. The Utah image of 3I/Atlas from November 28th underscores that uncertainty. The sunward plume seen in the frame, impossible for a natural comet, points toward an emission mechanism no deflection protocol has ever planned for. If 3I/Atlas were a purely natural object, the kinetic impactor strategy tested during the DART mission in 2022 would be our most viable first line of defense. If it were fragile, the risk of fragmentation would complicate that strategy but not negate it. But if the object has an engineered shell, internal framework, or artificial propulsion, as some observations now hint, deflection could become ineffective or even dangerous. A kinetic strike against a structured interstellar body might not alter its course at all. It might trigger an energetic response rather than a momentum change. Or, in the most concerning scenario, it could be interpreted as hostile action. This is why Loeb's research matters. His work does not claim 3I/Atlas is artificial. It simply acknowledges that some interstellar anomalies match the signatures of technological design. When combined with the acceleration data published by the JPL Horizon system, the anti-tail geometry, and the spectral oddities, The conversation shifts from academic curiosity to strategic inquiry. If humanity encountered an interstellar object with unknown capabilities, would we even recognize the threat before it manifested? Could an object disrupt satellites, disable communications, overload ionospheric systems, or interfere with navigation? Could it release radiation or plasma that damages power grids? NASA's planetary defense literature does not address these scenarios. Space Force's Vector 2025 mentions emergent phenomena, adversarial threats, and novel space domain environments, yet it stops short of addressing unknown interstellar technologies. The impact scenarios used in planetary defense conferences and FEMA tabletop exercises focus on blast radii, ground effects, and evacuation models. They do not cover atmospheric electrical anomalies caused by non-natural intruders. They do not address global navigation disruptions, orbital warfare environments, or energy signatures of unknown origin. They do not contemplate the possibility that a visiting object might carry capabilities beyond simple mass and inertia. And they certainly do not model the possibility that a foreign object, interstellar, technological, or otherwise, might alter its own trajectory deliberately. The question is no longer whether Earth could survive an asteroid impact. Humanity has those tools. We have kinetic impactor doctrine, nuclear contingency protocols, observational catalogs, and early warning networks. The real question now is whether those tools remain relevant when the threat does not match the category they were designed to stop. As 3I/Atlas continues to behave unpredictably and scientists debate its nature, America faces a reality check. Our planetary defense system was built to protect us from space rocks, not interstellar unknowns. If the December observation window reveals further anomalies, especially in acceleration, emissions, or structure, NASA and the Space Force may need to expand their threat models into domains that have never been publicly acknowledged. The PDCO's mandate is early detection, characterization, and warning. Yet characterization becomes impossible when the object does not fit the model, and defense becomes theoretical when the threat itself is undefined. What this moment demands is transparency, international coordination, and the courage to confront uncertainty. 3I/Atlas is not behaving like a natural comet. It may not be a threat. But if an unwelcome interstellar visitor ever arrives with hostile potential, our current frameworks give us more questions than answers. We still do not know 1/1000% of what nature has revealed to us. Albert Einstein. I will continue analyzing every update from NASA, CNEOS, PDCO, and the JPL Horizons team as the object moves toward its December visibility window. Samuel Lopez, https://usaherald.com. With over 20 years of experience in the legal and insurance sectors, Samuel applies his profound legal acumen to investigate and accurately report on the facts.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD Intelli Report, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.